let's start over. Okay. Hi guys, today is day 88. Let's see what happens today. That one's trying to fall out. Let's see what it says. Well, we can't do that one. That's 100. Use die cuts. Okay, I've got to go find some die cuts I already have made, or I've got to use my die cut machine to make some. So let me go gather some stuff and see what I can come up with, and we'll be back. Alrighty, here's the plan. It's not really a plan, it's just a thought, and I don't know where it's gonna go. I'm gonna pull out this piece of paper. It is the Canson Mixed Media 11 by 14 98-pound paper. The reason I'm using a big paper is because I went to my little box where I keep die cuts I've already cut out from my dies, and I thought I want to use those. I've had them a long time. I'm tired of them sitting around. I want to use as many of those as I can rather than create new ones. So I pulled out these boxes. These boxes have some chipboard die cuts and some flower die cuts and bird cage and some leaves, and I don't know what else is in there, and then some birds in this one. And so what I think I want to do is pull out a piece of this paper, and then I want to take my Liquitex matte medium, and I'm going to spread it all over this page in increments, in small sections, and I'm going to put as many of these flowers from this box as I can fit on this page. And then from there, I don't know what we're going to do, but that's the plan so far. I got one of the brushes that I use for just matte medium and Mod Podge. You can use Mod Podge for this. You can use Collage Podge. You can use glue. Watered down glue is okay too. I just happen to use the matte medium. So what I'm going to do, I've got a bunch of these flowers set out here. I'm just going to use the larger ones first, and it doesn't matter the color or the shape or anything like that. I'm just going to cover this whole paper, and I'm going to overlap them, and then after I get all the big ones on that I'm going to fit on the page, I'm going to come back in with my little ones and fill in the gaps. Okay, so just all I'm going to do is pour some matte medium out and spread it on my page here. And I'm going to start putting down some flowers. And I'll show you real quick before I go to finish this what I'm going to do with my little flowers. I've got some little flowers here. I'm just going to come back in, and I'm going to see these white areas. I'm just going to lay the little flowers in the white areas. And there's going to be some white areas left. It won't be completely covered. So that's fine. I just want to use as many of these as possible. My paper is covered as much as I'm going to cover it. There are some gaps, but I told you there would be, and it doesn't even look like I made a dent in my box. Alright, I don't know what to do now, but I think what I want to do is cut this up. I'm going to think about it for a second, and then I'm going to let you guys know. Here's what I decided to do. I took the piece of paper that was 14 inches long. It's 11 by 14. I took the 11 inch, I put it in my cutter, and I got a marking for the center, and then I cut down with my scissors. I cut it into two pieces. And so I have a 7 by 14 sheet now. And then I folded it in half. So I have two little booklets here. I think that's what I want to make these. So to do some more with these, what we're going to do is I'm going to push back all these flowers with some gesso. I want to keep the flowers there coming through, but not really, really dark, just to kind of blend it all together. So I'm not going to put the gesso on the flowers directly. I'm not going to pour it on. I'm going to take my card and I'm just going to wipe it on a little bit at a time and see what we get. And I'm going to do this until I'm happy with what I have. Okay, I got interrupted, so I don't remember where we left off, but I think where we left off was I was going to put gesso over my two pieces and let it dry, and then decide what to do from there. Well, I went ahead and I finished the other one, and we're going to do this one together real quick. This one here is still drying, so I cannot connect it real well, but I put a little piece of trim. This is odd stuff that I had over in a cup on my bookshelf over there. It's stuff I did a long time ago that I thought I'd throw away, and I love this side for this. I don't know why, it just really appealed to me, so I cut a piece of this. And this is just a piece of junk mail, I think, covered with napkin and odd papers and paint and stuff. And I don't know, it worked out to use it. I was going to throw it away. Probably, I did that years ago, and I remember thinking I was going to throw it away, and I didn't. And then I took some scrapbook paper, and I did the inside. I'll show you that in a minute, but I used it on the outside too. I used these two pieces, the scrapbook paper, for this one. So there's a piece here and a piece here on the binding, you could call it. I took a piece of ribbon and put it inside and just tied it. It's not connected in any way other than a knot here. Then I put washi tape here and on the back, and I put washi tape from here all the way around before I added this on. I'll show you as I make the other one. And then this, it's still drying, like I said, so we don't need this much string, but I liked the look, so I put a lot of string. And all it is just a little booklet. It's not even a booklet, it's just a little folder where you could put something inside these pockets, like these index cards that I keep telling you to make. This could be given away in Happy Mail. This could be a place where you store a cute little card. You could give it as a gift, whatever you want to do. And there's 2 pockets in here. Okay, so we're gonna do the other one together. Okay, here's my other piece. For this one, I'm gonna use these 2 pieces of paper. I think I like this side for the front and this side for the back. So it'll go this way. So all I did was I put a little piece of tape right here, double-sided tape, and then I laid my paper down in here, and I glued the rest down, and then I trimmed off the paper. Okay, so let me put down this piece of tape, and then we'll do the other part together. I'm going to start with this paper on this side instead of the other one. I don't know why I prefer it that way. So I'm going to take this tape off here, the backing. It's double-sided tape, like I said, and I'm just using score tape. It's 1/2 inch. No, this is scrappy tape, sorry. And it's 1/2 inch. So, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here to get it started. Okay, and it's not all the way to the edge, but we're going to have to do that later. So I'm going to put the paper in the fold and lay it down. So now it's secured there, and then the glue is going to take care of the rest of the way. So I need to finish gluing right here. Okay, and then turn your book over and trim this off. So we have our paper down on our booklet, and I'm going to do the other side the same exact way with another sheet of paper of a different design. With your scrapbook paper that you just finished using, you should have a piece that looks similar to this. So I just went ahead and cut off my edges so that I have these pieces right here and right here. Okay, so right now I'm going to use these 2 pieces. Okay, so I'll put those over here. Then what I'm going to do, make sure I know where my front is so I don't put my pockets in upside down. I'm just going to take the opposite paper. Instead of putting the pocket over here with this paper, I'm going to put it over here and the same over here. And I didn't measure this, I just wing it. This actually works perfectly for me. It fits in there exactly where I want it. So I just need to go up as high as I want my pocket and decide where that's going to be. And I'm going to mark where that line is at the bottom here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want the top and bottom of my pocket to be straight edge. I want it to be a fold. And so I'm going to fold my paper. So I'm going to mark right here that this is where I want to fold my paper. So then I'm going to fold my paper right there where the little marks are. Okay, so now the top of my pocket will be a nice folded edge. So it's going to go down like this. And then if I want to, I can cut the bottom off and make my bottom a straight edge. So it'd be like this basically, if you made a tall pocket. Or I could go ahead and fold this up. That way the bottom and the top are folded and nicely finished off. Plus I used up some paper and there's no more scrap. Now that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to glue all this together. Now you do it how you want. You could measure this out and just cut one little straight piece like this, just one little section here, and glue it down here, 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 and you got your pocket. But I really want mine folded, so that's what I'm going to do. I know it's a little bit extra. You're using a little bit more paper, but I really don't want all this extra paper. I've got so much paper, it's not even funny. And it just gives me a nice secure pocket. So I'm not worried about it. I don't feel like it's wasteful at all. It's just how I operate, so I'm fine with it. And my fold down is glued, and my other fold down is glued. All right, then I'm going to take wet glue and I'm going to put glue on my 3 sides. Put my pocket down, leave a little bit at the bottom so you can see the paper. Not too much, just a little bit. You don't even have to put a pocket if you don't want to. You can put book pages in here and, you know, make a little journal. Okay, so that's how I did the pocket. And now I can slip something in there if I want to. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side with the other paper. Here's the pocket. So the next thing we want to do is do something on the edge. Like, it's not a binding, but just a little covering on the edge. And so you want to take your piece of paper that's left, cut your paper to measure the size that's going to fit your book this way. And however long you want it, however far you want it to come over on your book, make it that big so that you can then fold it and have your little binding there like this. And we're going to have this one. This one's going to go first, actually. So it's going to be kind of like this. This is going to have to be shorter, so you're going to have to do this one first, and then you put this paper on top, and then find out where you want it, and measure or eyeball. I'm going to eyeball and mark it and just cut it. And that way you've got your 2 papers like this. I know that it's not exact, but that's not how I work, so I'm sorry. You can measure and do it exactly if you want to, though. All right, so I'm going to take this piece of paper. I want it to be kind of even, so we'll just fold it in half. And I'll make a crease so I know where my half mark is. But I want to put this top on first, because after it's on, then I'm going to fold this over, and my crease isn't going to be exactly the same. I want it to be able to open easier than my other book. I learned from my mistakes, but I've done that before and I forget every time I do it. So after you get your piece, I'm going to put a piece of tape here and here on the sides that are going to go on your book, and then we will apply this. So I've got tape on both of my long sides, the sides that are going to go on the book. So I'm going to put the front side on first, and what I'm going to do is I've got my book in the crease where I made my little fold here, and I'm going to open this little part up. I'm just going to peel off the backing to the double-sided tape, and then I'm going to put some glue down. And it can be wet glue, it can be any kind of glue. I'm going to fold it over and attach that front part. Then I'm going to open my book, and I'm going to peel off this back side of this tape. Put some glue down. Okay, and I'm going to take my book and put it on its end, and I'm going to fold this over gently and try to open it and close it so that it fits in there the way it's supposed to. And then go ahead and seal it down. Now I want to do this piece, and all I'm going to do is take my paper and I'm going to measure where I want my little piece to be and go ahead and make my little fold. Okay, and then remove it. And then I'm just going to cut this extra piece off here. And we're going to apply it the same way that we did this one. My edges are done. So now what I want to do is I'm going to use the same washi tape that I did on this one here because I like it. It looks good on both of them, so we're just going to use it. And I just take some washi tape and I put it on this little line right here or wherever I think it looks the best. So I will test it out and see what I like, and then I'll put it down. But let's see what I like here. Kind of in the middle or on the edge there, showing more of this pink. I kind of like it in the middle on this one, so I'm going to go in the middle. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue to help it stay down. And then just trim off the extra. And do the same thing on the back. And if you want to line up exactly, you kind of gauge by looking up at the top here and put a little pencil mark where your tape goes and then line it up back there. But I'm not going to do that. I don't care if it lines up. So you do what you think you want to do on your book. All right, the other thing I did was I ran a strip of washi tape around the front and back, and I just lay it down wherever I want it. You can put a little glue down if you want to. Oscar's barking at something. And just go all the way around the back. And then trim off your edges. I'm going to use the same ribbon I used on the other one for this one because it looks good with this washi tape. And I just measured out how much I thought I wanted by eyeballing. And I stuck it in the center of my book here. And I kind of held it up like this. See if that's enough to tie. And it probably is, so we're just going to go with it. bring it around and make a knot so it doesn't come loose, and then just tie a bow. Okay, and then trim anything you need to trim. Okay, so now all we need to do is our edge here, and I don't know if I want to do the same thing on this edge. I actually like it, so why not, you know? If you don't have any edges, just put some napkins and scrap papers and paint and stuff on something that you're going to throw away. It's just junk mail, because you can see the lines here and the little lines here and the writing. I can tell it's junk mail. That way you've made your own little border. I think I'll cut off the edges though, because I don't really want those lines. So I'm going to cut the lines off, and then I'm going to glue this to my edge, just like that. Alright, I've got my edge on. It's a little different than the other one. It's a little bit wider, and it doesn't go all the way to the edge, but that's okay. And I'm not going to put a button on this one. On this one, I just took a button, I put my string through the holes, tied a knot in the back. I didn't thread it with a needle and thread or anything. I didn't sew it through anything. I just glued it where I want it so I could wrap my string around like this, and then I could wrap around like this once it's dry. So that's how I did that. But for this one, I was going through my stuff that's in a jar where I got these little trims, little borders, and you can use any kind of borders. You can use stickers, you can use anything, you know, just let your mind wander and use your imagination. But I was looking through that stuff, and I've got some of these washi tape birds that I made and some tags and things like that, and I was looking and I thought, I kind of like a tag there. But then I came across this heart, and I thought, oh, I love this. This is perfect. So I'm just going to glue it right there. And I love it that way, and I think it's really cute. And then we got our pockets here. So I don't know what I'll put in them, but I'll put something. And you could do the back if you wanted to. You could do more to this. But the whole goal today was to use die cuts. We did that. And what you do with it after that is up to you. I just wanted to share with you what I was going to do with mine and give you a little bit of an idea how to do it. Alrighty, I gotta go. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow for day number 89. Alright, thanks for being here. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Good morning. No, good noon. Good, oh boy, what is it? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to day 87. Nope, 88. Oh, Lordy have mercy. We're off to a good start. Let's start over. Okay.